we'll be watching. Okay, XRP ETF, when?
I think we're going to see it, I think it'll probably be 2025.
Next year?
Yeah,
all right.
Not too far away.
What up guys, Kevin Cage here with another crypto update. Hope everybody's doing well and I hope you enjoyed today's video. We're going to run through a bunch of recent news. I wanted to kick this video off playing that clip of the Ripple CEO basically saying that he believes the spot XRP ETF comes in 2025. Obviously I do too, for both XRP and Solana specifically, two assets that have been in the top 10. XRP has been in the top 10 for a decade. And when we're looking at CoinMarketCap ranked by market cap, Bitcoin, Ethereum, we have two stablecoins, Tether and USDC, and then BNB and Binance with different regulatory issues. The next two options are Solana and XRP. And what's interesting about this recent Grayscale XRP Trust news is this is almost like a step one in the right direction because Grayscale is also an issuer for the Ethereum spot ETF. I did a video going over this XRP Trust by Grayscale. It's similar to their other crypto investment products, but what's different about XRP specifically is this is only available to accredited investors, and you wonder why. And just looking at the Ethereum ETF tracker, this is on blockworks.co if you're curious. You can sort this and just look at the spot ETFs and the live issuers here. So we have running and then pending. So we can see right here we have Grayscale. They have an XRP Trust. They've had one before, so I definitely believe that they are one of the issuers that are likely to have an XRP spot ETF in the future. And realistically, it could be any of these issuers, even issuers that aren't on this list. So we have Fidelity, you have BlackRock, you have VanEck. We also have right here 21 shares. And 21 shares has a bunch of different crypto ETPs or exchange traded products. They already have one for XRP today with over $63 million. Now remember Robert Mitchnick, or Robbie Mitchnick, he's the managing director over at BlackRock. We've played clips of him before, and he also spent some time at Ripple and then went to BlackRock in 2018. He's the same guy that wrote a fundamental valuation framework for crypto assets. You guys can just search this title if you want to read this. This is a well-known PDF at this point, along with Susan Athey. And in this, let me just control find. They go through all types of valuations, and in this, they give a valuation or a range of low estimates and high estimates going over failure case, success case, etc. Resulting in XRP with a fundamental value range of $1.59 to $8.23. He also has higher estimates here, so we have low estimates of over $6 and then high estimates of over $32. So I know this is years old, but even he makes the argument for XRP at an all-time price. He also had some commentary at the Bitcoin Conference 2024 discussing crypto ETFs and his thoughts. I also shared a clip before of him saying I believe there are only 3 investable assets right now for crypto spot ETFs besides Bitcoin and Ethereum. So I wonder which 3 those are. So there are plenty of clips out there I've shared before, but basically he doesn't think there's going to be a long list of crypto spot ETFs. So out of those 3 investable assets that he mentioned, I definitely think Solana is one of them, and keep in mind XRP has regulatory clarity, so I do think XRP could be one of them. I'm not sure what else he's considering. I don't think he's considering meme coins after listening to his commentary. Could it be Cardano? Could it be AVAX, Chainlink, DOT, etc.? Or maybe it'll be boring with just using an OG asset like Litecoin. And of course, we still have a bunch of questions because that paper by Robert Mitchnick was years ago. So does he still believe in XRP? Does he have any interest in it whatsoever? I haven't seen any video clips of him mentioning XRP, so if you guys have any, please let me know. And even Brad Garlinghouse's commentary on Fox Business basically says he believes there are going to be a variety of spot crypto ETFs, almost like different options for investors for diversification. So I believe that's going to be the case in the future where we see multiple ETFs, but like Robert Mitchnick says, and I do agree that we still have a long way to go in terms of maturity or maturation of this asset class with liquidity, infrastructure, regulations, etc. And he makes a great point just highlighting the percentage dominance of Bitcoin and Ethereum likely to still be the top 2 in the future. But I do know that Brad Garlinghouse has pointed out in that Fox interview that XRP has flipped Ethereum 2 times in the past. Alright, next up, shared by Hedera. So we got this news that Hedera is excited to join Ripple, and the Aptos Foundation is founding members of the MiCA Crypto Alliance. So this is the markets and crypto assets regulation taking place in the European Union. So founding members, we have Hedera, we have the company Ripple, and Aptos Labs. So this alliance is a really cool initiative. I'm looking forward to see if there are any more founding members or just general members in the future. So we can see that this alliance is a collaborative initiative established by the DLT Science Foundation designed to streamline and enhance compliance with the MiCA regulation. So bringing the industry together in the interest of coordination, setting best practices, and reducing costs. This is great to see. We can see right here some bullet points of what they solve for, and we can see the steering committee and the technical committee if you want to dive in. Next up for Casper, so on CSPR.live, going to contracts and sorting by the 30-day activity, we can see the 2 contracts for Prove AI using Grayscale AI, which is their first design partner. We can look at the most recent contracts, still putting out transactions, as you can see. And for my own curiosity, since the January press release, even this recently, I think this was back in May at IBM's Think conference, I just wanted to triple check and ensure that Prove AI is still going to be integrated with IBM's WatsonX. So I reached out to Casper just to confirm that the integration is still happening, and they did confirm that the integration with IBM is still well underway. So just like it says right here, Casper Labs will integrate I can't even highlight that because that's black, okay. Casper Labs will integrate its new Prove AI product with IBM's WatsonX governance platform. And remember that this was announced at the IBM Think conference that Prove AI also has its first design partner, which is Grayscale AI. So point being is that Grayscale AI is the first design partner. I'm curious what other partners they have on deck, and specifically the users of WatsonX, the governance platform by IBM, because hopefully they have a lot of partners. So now I'm really just wondering about the timing of the launch for the actual Prove AI application being integrated with IBM's WatsonX governance platform right there. I'm also wondering about the launch of Condor Casper 2.0. And I'm very curious if they have other design partners or other partners on deck besides IBM's WatsonX governance platform, which of course could be really big. And for this month, for those that saw the video, I shared a list of 49 assets that have created new cycle lows. So this is not just Casper. Until Casper's weekly RSI, the momentum, gets back over 30 with a strong retracement, I don't know if the bottom's in. And for anybody curious, I've already shared my best guess on the range based on fib extensions for the Casper price chart for that next level of interest. And remember, for a variety of assets, Altseason hasn't happened yet. We haven't had the crash of Bitcoin dominance. And historically, each time Bitcoin dominance has done these large crashes, Bitcoin has led the way, drawing major moves in all-time highs, leading for huge runs for the alt market. So typically, what we see, whether you believe in the 4-year cycle or not, is we still have cycles every few years, and when assets are at lows or in accumulation, they range up and then crash back to their lows. They're called a scam. I see the same thing in the Polkadot community, the HBAR community, and a variety of assets at cycle lows. And historically, we've had another Altseason, a big crash in Bitcoin dominance, and the volume from bots and whales rotates, assets go up, and people believe in their assets again. So for me, looking at the higher time frames, the weekly and the monthly time frame, it tells a story. I uploaded a video yesterday going over the Bitcoin cycles and my personal expectations. We know over the past year, some assets performed really well and other assets are just sitting at lows. And remember that leaders can become laggards and that laggards can eventually become the leaders. I hold multiple assets in this space, and you have to roll with the punches, especially during the hard days or the hard years in the crypto space, and eventually you're able to land that uppercut. So point being is I'm not saying that there's any one asset that is guaranteed to have the best returns the next cycle, but I believe that there's going to be a variety of assets that do when we have the next Altseason and Bitcoin dominance crashes. I've shared this before by Crypto Caesar. He has a really good understanding of the cycles. He's been in this space for years. He's experienced multiple cycles before, and even he is bullish going into 2025. I know I thought that Bitcoin was actually going to draw major moves and all-time highs a lot sooner. I did not foresee this 6 months of consolidation because we already had back here a 200-day period of being in this range, and we're basically doing it again. And historically, the longest cycle where Bitcoin broke into an all-time price, it came back down and blasted in 2 months, and we've been here for 6 months. And he shares his thoughts in detail right here, even his expectations of Bitcoin dominance and the overall performance of alts. So we've done a video going over this. If you want to follow him on X, you can follow him right here at crypto_Caesar1. So you guys know my looks of the Bitcoin cycles. We've gone over all types of stuff with the cups, the RSI, the fib extensions, holding above the 8-month EMA, specifically after the halving and also coming up to elections. But there are a bunch of other analysts that post interesting things that I always try to consider when I see it on Twitter because I have my own biases. And we're all trying to understand a market which is ever changing, so you're never really going to understand it. Even if you're locked in to a trend for 6 months or a year, eventually that trend shifts. And I'm sure you guys remember last cycle, there were a bunch of analysts that have experienced a previous bull run. They have a great understanding of the market cycles, and they were projecting for Bitcoin to go to 120K or 150K at least, and we didn't get it. But I do remember blockchain backer absolutely nailing it because he was targeting around the 4.236, right around like 70,000. And I mean, we got damn close. Even the 3618, I know Bitcoin's market cap hit a perfect 4.236. But in terms of calling the top, hats off to blockchain backer because he nailed that. And what's interesting is after experiencing another bear market for Bitcoin, we came right up and look at the all-time high price for Bitcoin, basically right on the 4.236 as we just drag this Fibonacci retracement tool over. Let me drag it a little bit more. So we'll go wick to wick, basically tagging the 4.236. Now I've shared my looks and my expectations if and only if we can get that first major move, because that is the confirmation I need to see from Bitcoin to ensure that we have another cycle with that first large monthly candle. Then I'll entertain these golden extensions. And I saw this by Blockchain Backer, and this is interesting, on the weekly time frame for Bitcoin, I believe comparing this previous fractal from the previous cycle showing the bullish case, but also explaining any bearish concerns here with the 50-week moving average. So we can see he says Bitcoin sits on its 50-week moving average. In every circumstance of Bitcoin's history where the price reached the 50-week moving average, that has always meant Bitcoin was in a bear market. And that further downside price action was to come, especially if the weekly relative strength index, or the RSI, or momentum was in the 40s, which it is currently in right now. So that is definitely interesting. So we can see, looking at Bitcoin 1, 2, and 3, multiple points of contact on the 50-week moving average, but the weekly RSI appears to have rejected the 50 line. So this is definitely interesting, and you should consider both sides at all times. I have my bias where I believe that Bitcoin is consolidating and we are waiting to see our first major move anytime between now and May if we are similar in length to this cycle, and technically you can go as low as $30,000 for Bitcoin to still be in an uptrend. But this is definitely possible. Of course, we're all waiting for a similar fractal to rhyme for that first major move. I just think Bitcoin is consolidating today. We are nowhere near our actual cycle top, which has historically been dark red for the last 3 cycles, and we've already had our cycle low, in my opinion, not financial advice, as we can see cycle lows dark green, dark green, dark green, and dark green. And I've shared reasons why I'm still bullish on the big picture, just comparing the last alt season, the length of the first major crash until the top and beginning of the next alt season was 1,400 days. We're getting close, but we're still not even at that point yet. So we're right around 1339, so we're definitely getting close. And of course, just looking at price action, even according to Raoul Pal with the liquidity cycle specifically after elections, look at price action after election dates. Typically a bunch of expansion, economic stimulus, etc. So we have elections coming up in November. So I just wanted to share that with you guys, whether I'm right or wrong, to show you my argument. We've already gone over the monthly cups as well, and it's all noise until I actually see confirmation of Bitcoin's first major move. And I believe Credible Crypto, who's a must follow on X, is still arguing for Bitcoin to draw its 5th and final wave in all-time highs well past 100,000, and keep in mind that his price predictions for other assets like HBAR were in that case. So anyways, guys, I think this is super interesting. None of this is financial advice. At this point, take everything with a grain of salt and have a believe it when I see it mindset, because we're either going to see Bitcoin go into distribution, and this is a triple top, or we see another large cycle. And in the meantime, I'm also just looking at this trend line to see if we can hold this. We talked about the Fibonacci pullback or retracement levels in the previous video. But we can go down to the weekly as well just to see this trend line, multiple points of contact. I also saw this news shared by Generation Infinity. So we've talked about the Linux Foundation Decentralized Trust before, and we can see Hedera becomes founding premier member of the Linux Foundation's Decentralized Trust. So they've contributed an entire code base to this decentralized trust, joining the DTCC, Accenture, and Hitachi. And remember this group, this is Open Eden with Ripple's announcement a while back with $10 million of tokenizing treasury bills or T-bills. We also had some news with Open Eden actually with Binance as well. So Binance Labs announced a strategic investment into Open Eden. And we can see that Open Eden has just under $115 million in total value locked for their T-bill tokens. So we have Binance and Ripple. We can see on OpenEden.com, we also have Zodia Custody connected with Ripple's Medico, which is now fully under Ripple custody. And of course, Zodia Custody and their shareholders, which do include Standard Chartered. And remember, just last week, Standard Chartered begins UAE crypto custody service with Bitcoin and Ethereum. Notice right here, Standard Chartered was approved by the Dubai Financial Services Authority, the DFSA, to offer crypto custody solutions in the UAE. And just remember that last year, XRP was approved by the same group, the Dubai's Financial Services Authority. We can see XRP allowing firms in the DIFC, this Dubai Financial Center, to incorporate the crypto into their virtual asset services. And to finish up today's video, just going back to Open Eden, in the application, we can see the T-bill vaults. We have the TVL, 115 million, and then different chains, Ethereum, Arbitrum, and the XRP ledger. If you enjoyed this video, please consider hitting the like button and sharing your thoughts down below. As always, you can find all links, including resources for charting, trading bots, platforms, wallets, portfolio trackers, and exclusive discounts in my link tree at the top of the video description. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.